Aloha, my brother and I am back. I am sitting once again at the Walmart parking lot while my youngest daughter gets another pair of prescription glasses because she is trying to use up all of her benefits. She her work ends. The location closes on the 16th of June. She starts a new job on the 20th in the city Cambridge she's moving to, and yeah, so she's like, Mom, I let her drive across town because she's a really good driver actually. She goes for her G2 on Tuesday. So prayers for Mia. She'll do it. She'll pass. And she's looking at cars and she's like, I want you and Dad to come with me, not her boyfriend like that she's moving in with. Not because he's not smart. It's just she's like, you and Dad are more experienced to go look at cars to finance. Anyways, so we're at the Walmart parking lot and she's in there getting another pair of prescription glasses, a spare pair, while she can with what benefits she has left. She's been doing her dental and eyeglasses and strong. She got prescription sunglasses. She said her life, like, that was life changing for her. So she could wear sunglasses and when she's driving. I'm really proud of my daughter. Um, I don't think that she would care, so I'm just gonna say it. I don't want to do too much yip yapping because I have something I'm gonna read here. But uh, she during COVID, when COVID hit, um, she in a relationship she had from a teenager, was a 6 year long relationship. It ended. She ended it due to some shady behavior of her ex-boyfriend. After 6 years, kind of broke her heart, and that was during COVID. And she started drinking, and she started her job where she is now and worked her way up in the company. But the problem with a lot of people during all the lockdowns is uh, when people were depressed and started, you know, drinking, um, she ended up with a little bit of dependency. And she did work her way up in the company, though, from like starting from scratch to being assistant general manager. There's that. But at the end of it, um, it was just, it became a daily thing and it was affecting her greatly. And um, so she's been sober for 3 months off alcohol. And I'm really proud of her. And she likes being sober. A lot of people went through that, but I am just really proud of her because um, she's like, I didn't know if I was ever going to get free by the end there. And she's free. And she's like, yeah, I don't miss it. It's poison. And I'm really glad that, because all the stuff that's been happening, that's why I've said in other videos about my youngest daughter that, uh, she's been going through a lot of stress since she quit drinking. Like everything coming at her. But it's only made her stronger and made her more persistent. And she's overcome it. And so, yeah. And I don't think that she'll care because she does share statuses on Facebook and that about, you know, her achievements. And, she has a home group AA meeting and once a week. And there was another girl she knew that was a bartender that she'd been following her sobriety journey for like 2 years. Um, that was inspired her. And she's inspired a few of her friends that had developed drinking problems during COVID. And, when they were young and, she's 26, but, the girlfriends that they go clubbing with and inspired them to also take a look at that they're drinking too much. And, yeah. And she used to be like a chronic pot smoker too, and she doesn't even smoke pot. Like she'd stopped for a while back, about a year ago, but she can't even handle it now. And when she was a kid, like most teenagers, she had her bong and all that. She's just like, yeah, I just can't do it. And I was like, well, you know what? This is time to be sober-minded, right? She smokes cigarettes still, but she vapes. She's trying to cut back on that. So, because her boyfriend doesn't smoke. Her boyfriend that she's been with 2 years now. After about 2 years of being single during COVID, she was finally over her ex-boyfriend and just dealt with all the crap that went with it. Um, she's like, Mom, I'm happy being single. I'm over everything with him. And 6 years, and it's her first, puppy love. Never had a boyfriend before that. And I said, well, this will be the time, around the time when you're ready and you're okay with being single and everything, and you've gotten through all your baggage, you're gonna meet someone. And sure enough, not too long after, she met Alex, the love of her life, and she's the love of his life. And yep, a wonderful young man, and It's been 2 years now. On the 24th of this month, it's 2 years. They had started talking, but their first date was the 24th. They started talking about a few weeks before and texting all the time. So anyways, and now she's moving in with him. So they've lived with roommates, but they've never lived with another person before. So anyways, so she had no baggage to bring in that relationship. I'm talking for 5 minutes now. Anyway, so I'm at this Walmart parking lot, and I'm really proud of my daughter, and I'm thankful to God for giving her the strength to do what she's had to do. A couple times she regretted. She's like, why didn't I do this a year ago? And I said, you know what? It's all in God's timing. Anyways, hope that you're all well wherever you're doing. And I know that all of us have different things going on with our adult children or in our families. And, addiction's nothing new to, any of us. It can be addicted to shopping or gambling or alcohol or drugs or, all sorts of different addictions that we get into. Anyways, and we're flawed by design, but she just really enjoys being sober, and so I'm proud of her. Again, because what she's gone through, the stress, and she didn't crumble, and God gave her the strength, determination to keep going, and she enjoys being sober. So anyways, I'm looking around because I just want to make sure, because she went in one door and there's a lot of people around, and I just want to, Anyways, I wanted to read something. I'm sorry that I keep reading. Well, I don't know. I can't help what I'm reading. Clearly, the Lord's going to have me read something else at some other point. But I'm reading out of this Daily Thoughts from Scripture. It's a big book. It's a year-long devotional, and it's big. It's big. But I was going to read something from, it was like January 25th by Rick Longvas here. He did a really good job at this, and I enjoy it. There's some different things with parts that about salvation and the essentials and root and ground, like all sorts of different things I wouldn't mind doing a little series on. I don't want to read his whole book on him, but I just, I really enjoy it. So hopefully you guys do too. So this is what I want to read today, and I didn't know I was going to read it because I was like, what am I going to read? I'm going to be sitting in the car. I might as well make a video. It's been a few days. And it's been raining here, so I can't sit outside anywhere because the ground's still wet. The sun's out right now, but it was raining all last night. We had a thunderstorm, and yeah. So this is called God, the Knower of Hearts. The above title is a portion of the verse from Acts 15, verse 8. I have it highlighted in my Bible. Jeremiah 17:10 tells us, I am Yahweh, who investigates the heart, who tests the innermost being, so as to give to each one according to his ways, according to the fruit of his actions. God is our investigator and judge. He knows our hearts. I like the way the Concordant Literal Old Testament transliterates this portion of the verse. Yahweh, who investigates the heart. God looks deep into our hearts. He investigates our motives and intentions. He knows the quote-unquote why of our motives and intentions more than we do ourselves. And that's why he can judge people on their acts. Even though he scripts everything, it's the motives of the heart. And actually, I'm reading something that I've been asking about, so maybe he's going to give me an answer, because I just skimmed through this. Oh boy. Let's see, let's continue. Oh, I have a feeling something's getting answered that I've been asking about for quite a while. There are many things we have intended to do, and our hearts were willing to do, but they never got off the ground. We just couldn't get them started or finished. Many would call that failure, but not God. When we all stand before him, he will investigate our hearts and reveal our motives for things we did do, and our intentions for the things we wanted to do but couldn't. Paul says something similar to that of Jeremiah in 1 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 5. So that be not judging anything before the season, till the Lord should be coming, who will also illuminate the hidden things of darkness, and manifest the counsel of the hearts, and that applause will be coming to each one from God. Do not be judging anything before the season. Many are quick to pull the trigger on someone who they feel is not doing their all for God. We, unfortunately, judge from appearance. what we see and by our own standards. We're all guilty of it to some degree. Yeah. This is why that verse, God, the knower of hearts, quote unquote, is highlighted in my Bible to the point of bleeding through to the other's page. Not only is it personal between me and God, as He knows my motives and intentions, but as a reminder, one that I have to remind myself of often. It is also between God and everyone else's motives and intentions. It tells me I shouldn't judge others as well. It's not my job. It's God's. He is a knower of the motives and intentions of others, not me. Paul also says this from the same chapter. Now to me, it is the least trifle that I may be being examined by you or by man's day, but neither am I examining myself. For of nothing am I conscious as to myself, but not by this am I justified. Now he who is examining me is the Lord. That's Corinthians 4, verses 3 and 4. Paul knew the one who investigates the heart. He knew that a clear conscience did not mean all his motives and intentions were justified before God. Paul knew that the Lord is the knower of our hearts. He would examine his heart and expose the true intent. Paul would not even examine himself or let others who were examining him get to him. Paul knew that when the investigator of hearts dug into his heart, all would be brought to light, the hidden things of darkness as well as the things that were seen by others. I lean toward the possibility that the hidden things of darkness could possibly be the things we wanted to do and couldn't. These intentions are hidden from the view of others, in darkness, so to speak. And we didn't get to do what we intended them to do. And when God investigates our hearts, He illuminates them and will applaud and reward our intentions. So now, we should never feel we are a failure, nor judge ourselves because we couldn't accomplish what we set out to do or wanted to do. The knower of hearts will be our judge, not our peers or ourselves. He will investigate the motives and intentions of our hearts, and when He is finished, He will applaud all we did as well as all we intended to do. Isn't that funny? Because I was just talking about my daughter, saying, why didn't I do this, a year before? And I told her it wasn't the right time. It wasn't the right time. And she doesn't understand, like her father and I. Paul's her stepfather, but he raised her since she was 2 years old. So he's her dad, because her real dad passed away. I made another video about that. Death, the one about death swallowed up in victory. When she was 12. But, it's one of those things where it's like, don't feel regret. I told her, I said, don't regret. There's no point. You can't go back and change the past. You can only look at where you're at and keep looking forward. And I'm talking to her in the relative, because in the absolute, God is scripting everything, but she doesn't understand that. So, but it was good advice. I'm like, you know what? Learn from the past and move forward, and don't sit there and regret and beat the shit out of yourself, because there's no point. It doesn't accomplish anything good. And keep walking forward with your eyes and face set like flint. Walk ahead and keep making. I said, every right little choice you make today will have consequences tomorrow. Good consequences. And the bad. So, in the relative, right? So I just try to keep encouraging her, because I'm very, very proud of her. I understand what it's like to be an alcoholic, and I understand addiction. So, anyways, I hope that blesses someone. That if you're feeling like a failure, you're not. There was a few times, like, my daughter was like, you and Dad are like, 'cause we're not well off. She knows we have pain issues, but I was reminding her on the drive here, I was like, but how hard we used to work. And she's like, yeah, you guys did. You worked hard. You really worked hard all your lives. And I was like, yeah, we did. And because she's cleaning out her the house that she lives in. She's the last one left now, and she's cleaning for money for the landlord. So she's asked me, showed me some stuff, sent me pictures, and asked me some questions on how to do things. When she pulled out the appliances, and I said, okay, well, I'm going to show you how to clean out that oven with oven spray. How Mom did it. She goes, I know that you were amazing professional cleaner. And I'm like, yeah, I just don't have that. I said, I thought about offering your landlord, because I worked for him for years back, and I was like, I just don't have the stamina to be able to do it anymore. But I had thought about, a couple bucks to get paid some cash, but I can't handle it. I can barely handle cleaning my own house. I do something, I gotta sit down every 5-10 minutes. Like, I did like a ton of dishes yesterday and other things in the house, and then, well, yeah, the day before, and then yesterday I was just down for the count all day. I was just sore. Anyways, so I did my neighbor's taxes for her because she was late, and did them for her, and she really appreciated it, because she was late getting her taxes done. So she said, can you help me? And I was like, yeah, I can help you. So anyway, I'm at 16 minutes, so just be encouraged today. I greet you all with a holy kiss. Grace and peace to you all today, wherever you are, day and night on the earth. And hopefully this video turns out well. It's just a short little thing today, but the reason for everything, and I learned something too, actually, from this. I got blessed from it. There's things that I read that, I'm sorry if I'm like reading a little, it's very low pressure today. Like it's like 1,000 millibars, and it's like a little bit of a headache. But I really love making videos. I really, really do. And, but I just try not to bombard you guys too much, right? But, and then, just sometimes just got to be in the frame of mind. So anyways, it's 17 minutes. I'm making it super long, but, I think I'll go back. Maybe I'll edit some stuff out, but I doubt it. Some of you said you like my yip yapping. Anyways, I'll talk to y'all again soon, all right?